Oh yeah, guys. We are in Adrian Wojnarowski's favorite periods. Almost every day, we receive fantastic trade news in the NBA. Are the King and Kyrie reuniting? Is Damian Lillard bidding farewell to Portland? Or is New Orleans getting rid of Zion due to his weight? Here's NBA trades that'll happen in 2023. Let's start with the future of the King and Kyrie, and let's give out our headline right away. Dallas Mavericks want LeBron. Also, the primary figure working on this trade is not Mark Cuban. Shams Charania and Chris Haynes from The Athletic and Turner Sports have indicated that Kyrie is urging the Mavericks to make a move for James in the upcoming offseason. According to Haynes, the Mavericks had intentions to make an offer for James last season when the Lakers were experiencing difficulties, but the Lakers made significant moves at the trade deadline to turn their season around. Well, is it possible for this trade to happen this summer? Considering LeBron's contract, it seems unlikely for the scenario to unfold during this summer. James is currently under contract with the Lakers for the 2023-24 season. However, there is a possibility that James could negotiate a contract buyout with the Lakers, which would make him a free agent if he successfully clears waivers. Do you think LeBron will go to Dallas without Kyrie? It's not a risk that seems worth taking for a 38-year-old player. Furthermore, with other teams interested in Kyrie, it not only raises doubts about LeBron being traded to Dallas, but also about Kyrie's potential to stay with the team. Cause he's a free agent this summer. And according to Bally Sports NBA insider Brandon Scoop B. Robinson, Irving is a player whose inclusion in the Suns' free agency plans deserves attention. Frankly, this is an understandable situation. In light of back-to-back major postseason letdowns in the second round, substantial alterations are taking place in Phoenix. So, if there's a free agent star available, you'd want to pursue him. However, there is another significant reason behind the Suns' interest in Kyrie. According to a report by Chris Haynes of Bleacher Report, the Suns are reportedly considering waiving veteran point guard Chris Paul. Therefore, the Suns will now need a new starting point guard. But wait a minute, how accurate are the rumors about Chris Paul leaving the Suns? You know why? Because the Suns' new coach, Frank Vogel, wants to work with Paul. A young coach spoke very clearly about these rumors during a recent appearance on the show. He said, "We did not waive Chris Paul. He's just one of the great winners our game has ever seen. I'm really hopeful to have an opportunity to work with him." I'm sorry, Kyrie. It seems like the doors to the Suns may have closed for you. But don't worry, dude. The shores of Miami are waiting for you. Yep, guys, you got a point. According to Shams Charania of The Athletic and Stadium, during a segment on FanDuel TV, it was reported that the Miami Heat had made a trade offer to the Brooklyn Nets shortly before the 8-time All-Star was eventually traded to Dallas on February 6th. According to Shams Charania once again, it is possible that the Miami Heat have interest in acquiring Kyrie Irving back onto their team. After their defeat in the NBA Finals against the Nuggets, Miami is aiming to strengthen its roster by signing a prominent star. Charania suggests that the Heat management might explore the possibility of acquiring a missing piece for a team led by Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, with Kyrie Irving being a potential option they may reconsider. Therefore, we will eagerly await to see which team Kyrie will play for. However, there's another trade scenario that we're even more eagerly anticipating. Do you know who that is? It's Draymond Green, guys. Yes, you heard me correctly. We might witness Draymond Green playing in a jersey other than his familiar one for the first time. And the story is like this. Draymond is considering leaving the Golden State Warriors and exploring his options in free agency for the upcoming NBA season of 2023-2024.
Chris, what is your reaction to being traded to Golden State today?
I'm excited. I done got that question I don't know how many times already, so I'm really excited.
You spoke with Steph, it sounds like, already, and how did that go?
It was good, yeah.
What do you think your role will be on that team?
To help us win games.
Also, as you know, guys, Draymond Green has been involved in various issues throughout his career, causing some concerns. NBA analysts have suggested that the Golden State Warriors season took a downturn following an altercation between Green and Jordan Poole, leading them to believe that the team's chances were diminished. Having come to a realization, Draymond Green has evidently recognized that the time has come for him to transition to the next phase of his basketball career. NBA insider Shams Charania's report suggests that Green is likely to opt out of his player option, making him an unrestricted free agent and thereby allowing any team to acquire him for their roster. And the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks are among the teams interested in acquiring Draymond Green. However, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, the Golden State Warriors are determined to re-sign Green on a new contract. Let's wait and see. Although Draymond may have a somewhat fiery personality, he's a reliable player both on and off the court. However, there are a few individuals whose actions on the court are unpredictable. And that name is Zion Williamson. What do you think, guys? I can't believe after 4 years, we're still talking about him being in shape. Well, it's not just our opinion, but the New Orleans management, who gave him a yearly salary of $35 million, also shares the same sentiment. According to Mark Stein's report, the Pelicans have reached a juncture where they would contemplate trading Zion Williamson in exchange for the opportunity to move into the top 3 of this year's draft and potentially acquire promising guard Scoot Henderson. Mark Stein said about the situation, "I heard this week from one well-placed observer who is convinced that the Pelicans would indeed consider dealing Williamson away if it meant they could draft Henderson," pointing to a rising level of exasperation within the organization regarding Williamson's ongoing availability issues and overall approach. My read at this juncture is that the Pelicans are less inclined to consider trading Brandon Ingram in the same scenario. And here we are, my friends, with NBA Zone presenting you the latest updates. According to a trade proposal by ESPN's Andre Snellings, there are several teams that could potentially trade for Williamson, and a surprising team might be involved in the trade. In the proposed deal, the Philadelphia 76ers would acquire Williamson, Larry Nance Jr., Garrett Temple, and Trey Murphy III, while the New Orleans Pelicans will receive James Harden, PJ Tucker, Mac McClung, and 2 second-round picks in 2024 from the 76ers and Knicks. Harden in New Orleans? Oh my, the 2023-2024 season's gonna be exciting. By the way, I wanna say something to Zion. Zion, you could have become a legend in New Orleans by staying fit, my friend. It all comes down to how hard you work. After all, this is a sport, and you have to keep yourself prepared. For instance, Austin Reeves, who wasn't even drafted, is a great example of this as he earned his spot on the team by tearing up the jersey through his performance. And due to his performance, many NBA teams are pursuing my guy. As for Austin's trade situations, here's how it stands. Reeves is expected to receive a contract from the Lakers worth $54 million over 4 years, or another team would need to present a substantial offer sheet of $100 million over 4 years to make a significant impact in the restricted free agency market. In other words, if the Los Angeles Lakers want to bring back Austin Reeves, it'll cost them. And Orlando, Houston, and San Antonio are eagerly waiting for him like hungry alligators. The Lakers management is indeed facing challenging times in this regard. By the way, there's another team that'll face the same difficulty, and that team is Portland. They could potentially lose one of their legends during this trade period. Yes, folks, you've got the topic. We might witness Dame time in a different jersey, but how is that possible? Well, here's where a triple combination comes into play. In a recent article by Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report, a speculative 3-team trade scenario involving the LA Clippers, New York Knicks, and Portland Trailblazers was presented. According to the proposed deal, Paul George would be traded to the Knicks, Damian Lillard would be traded to the Clippers, and the Trailblazers would receive RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims, Evan Fournier, and 3 first-round draft picks from the Knicks. Jeez! This proposed trade scenario is seen as a win-win-win situation for all 3 teams involved. However, we should wait for things to become clearer and more definitive before drawing any conclusions. But you see, the beauty of the trade season lies in moments like these. None of us know what'll happen. And would you like me to make you even more excited? Players like Kristaps Porzingis, Fred VanVleet, Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, they all hold player options, and anything can happen at any moment. What's the trade news that excites you the most, guys? Specify in the comments.